everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madonna, and in today's video, I'm going to be filming a healthy habits video for you guys. So on my iPad, I wrote down 8 different healthy habits that I've been incorporating in my day-to-day life that has helped me become more motivated, more productive, and has overall just helped me and my mental health altogether. But before we get into the video, I'd really appreciate if you guys gave this a big thumbs up, commented, and of course hit that big red subscribe button because it'll really help me out. But I don't want to make a super long intro for this video because the video is going to be mostly me talking, so I don't want to bore you guys with my words that much. So let's just get right on into the video. So like I mentioned in the beginning, I wrote down all of the healthy habits right here on my iPad, and I'm just going to go through them one by one and sort of elaborate on them a little bit more. And these habits, I guess you can say, are what I like to incorporate into my day, and it's what I've been doing and what has been working for me the most. So if these things don't work for you guys as much as me, that's totally okay, but I feel like there's something for everyone in here. So the first one is making yourself at least one homemade healthy meal per day. So I know that some of you guys, including myself, are so used to getting fast food in the day because you're too lazy to make food at home, it's too much work, you don't want to go out and buy groceries, I get it. But by doing this in the day, it makes me feel more better about myself if I'm eating a home-cooked healthy meal. Like for example, if I just ate I don't know, Chick-fil-A for lunch, I feel really gross within myself, and it's wow, I feel like crap right now because I just ate this gross 2,000 calorie meal, and it really doesn't do anything for my health. But by making at least one healthy meal in the day, it's wow, I actually did something with my day rather than going out to eat and spending useless amounts of money on just food all the time. And in my opinion, if you find the right food to make, you're gonna get more in the habit of cooking the food yourself. Like for me, I love making a home-cooked breakfast. It's such a great start to my day. And I'm not saying go out and buy a bunch of groceries and go to Whole Foods and spend $300. Chances are there's at least some source of protein in your fridge, maybe some wraps. I don't know, you can whip up a burrito or something, a sandwich, just as long as you're not spending the money to go out and eat some gross type of fast food. And if you start at least incorporating one type of healthy meal in your day that you made yourself, like I mentioned, you're gonna want to keep making those meals and even start, home making all of your meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And what the companies put in the fast food is not good for your body in any way whatsoever, unless you go to Veggie Grill. I don't even know if Veggie Grill is even good for you, but you guys know what I'm saying. It's just not good food for your body, and your body needs the nutrients to go through the day, and it doesn't really want to thrive off of McDonald's. The next habit is move your body in at least one way throughout the day. So for me, a couple years ago, I hated working out with a passion. I don't know why, I just always dreaded going on a run. I didn't even want to go on a walk for that matter. I avoided it at all costs. But that all kind of changed when I started going to the gym. I looked at a bunch of fitness influencers on my Instagram page, and I saw them doing all of these cool dynamic stretching, these weightlifting compound exercises, and it's wow, I actually want to do that too. And of course, it doesn't really matter how you move your body as long as you're doing it in an active, productive way. And chances are, after you guys move your body in at least one way, whether that's going on a walk, you guys do a high school sport, whatever it is, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna feel better after working out. There's never been a time when I've worked out and I'm wow, I regret doing that. It just doesn't happen like that. And overall, it's just gonna help your mental health a lot more. And I know it can be really unmotivating after sitting in bed for, I don't know, 4 hours watching Netflix. And the last thing you wanna do is get up and work out. Trust me, do it. I know it's easier said than done, but get up, go for a walk, do whatever you need to do, and just move your body because it really does help. But even if you do it for 10 minutes every day, that's gonna turn into a habit. And you are gonna wanna move your body more, and you're gonna love the feeling of, the after result of, moving your body. It's just gonna make you feel great. Hi you guys, so I am currently editing right now, and I realized I didn't even say the third habit for some reason. I completely skipped past it. I don't know why, but the third healthy habit is making your bed as soon as you wake up and kind of cleaning around your workspace and your room. Maybe pick up the clothes from your floor, clean off your desk, clean your bed. You obviously have some clothes on your bed, on your chair. Doesn't really matter, just as long as you're tidying up the place and it looks more presentable than it did before. My dad would always tell me, messy room equals a messy mind, which couldn't be more true. I feel like if my room's messy, I'm not motivated to finish my schoolwork. I'm not motivated to edit a YouTube video or do, or read or write or whatever I do. I'm just motivated to sit in my bed and do nothing. And I don't really know what it is. There's probably something scientific about this whole thing, but being in a messy room, it's just not good for your mind. Like, your mind is all over the place and you want everything organized in your room. You want your books where they're supposed to go, your clothes hung up in your closet, and it just overall creates a better mind space and headspace for you and your mind. And of course, making your bed as soon as you wake up, which is so important because you're basically starting off the day with doing one thing productive, knocking the first thing off of your checklist. And if you don't clean your room, it is obviously going to get a lot messier because that's just what happens. You see the mess, you don't really care to clean it up, and it just gets messier over time. So that's what you want to prevent. All right, the next habit. Drink a glass of water as soon as you wake up. There's a lot of health benefits to this. I could go into it. I don't really know the health benefits, but I've seen everywhere, drink a glass of water when you wake up because water is really good for you, obviously. And for me, I hate drinking water. I know it sounds so immature, so childish. It's such a bad problem to have, but I cannot stand drinking water. If I'm thirsty, it's fine, but I just don't want to go out of my way to drink a glass of water. I don't know, that's just me, and it's really, really bad. What I try to do is I put a glass of water by my bed and drink it the second I wake up, because as soon as you wake up, like, there's not a lot of thought process that goes into it because, you just woke up. So I just drink the whole thing and I just feel better instantly, because if it were down to me, I wouldn't be drinking water until like 2 hours after I woke up. And just keeping your water intake high overall is just really good for you. All right, the next healthy habit is waking up early and going to bed early. Having a good sleep schedule is so, so, so important. I can't even express it enough. My sleep schedule has been kind of lacking recently, but I've been fixing that. I've been waking up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and going to bed at like 10:30. Even though that's not amazing, it's better than what it was before, which was me waking up at almost noon and me going to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And obviously, if you guys have a sleep schedule like that, it's going to be a little more hard to wake up early. So what I suggest to you is maybe try starting off with waking up an hour earlier or going to bed an hour earlier. Because realistically, it's not going to change overnight. It might take 2 weeks to get into it, a month. Doesn't really matter as long as you're kind of easing your way through it. And getting up earlier is a lot harder than going to bed earlier, in, my opinion. But what I try to do is I put my alarm kind of far from me, actually. I put it on the table across from my bed. So as soon as that first alarm goes on, I'm forced to get out of bed. Like, there's no thought behind it whatsoever. I can't go back into bed because, like I mentioned, you're gonna be making your bed as soon as you wake up. But anyways, waking up earlier is just, overall, I don't really feel like I have to go in crazy detail about this because it's quite obvious. It's just when you wake up later, it's like I have no time in my day because I have like 6 hours to do absolutely nothing. And waking up sets the tone for the entire day because, for example, if you wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, like, you're gonna be over rested to a point when you're kind of lethargic. But when you wake up early, you might be a little bit tired, but that eventually is gonna go away. And you can do so much more throughout your day if you have more time, obviously. And it's just, being up early in the morning is a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like, when I'm up before anyone else, I get like some sense of like calm. I know I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this, but I hope you guys know what I mean. And you can obviously do so much more throughout your day if you're up earlier because you obviously have more time and you're more productive early in the morning, I find. That's just how it is. Some people are productive at night, but most people are more productive as soon as they wake up because it's the start of their day. They haven't done anything else besides from just get out of bed. And going to bed earlier, that kind of just happens when you're tired, because if you wake up early, you're going to be tired earlier because you've had more hours to your day than what you're used to. So that's just going to kind of fall naturally, and your sleep schedule is just going to develop over time and become better and better. All right, the next healthy habit is taking care of yourself at least one way throughout the day. This is actually my favorite thing that I've been doing. It falls into like the self-love category, kind of. at least I think. But I try to do my skincare more. I've been slacking super hard on my skincare and I've not been doing it. I've been avoiding it. All I've been doing is applying moisturizer on my face. And you know, it makes me feel better within myself if I do my skincare, but that could be a different thing for you guys. You know, you guys might feel better if, I don't know, you go to the gym, you read a book, you go for a walk, you do a hobby. It could be anything, but as long as you're taking care of yourself in a way that you love and something that you've been slacking on, it really, really helps. Because sitting at home on your phone watching TikTok is really not taking care of yourself. It's actually doing quite the opposite, and your brain is getting bored, you're feeling gross, and it's just overall not a good mindset to be in. But I find that if I'm incorporating at least one thing in my day that I love doing, and that could even be me playing my ukulele, which I've also been slacking on doing because I've been on my phone, you just feel better within yourself. Next up, getting some fresh air. This might sound a little silly, but chances are you guys are used to the same four walls every day. Whether that's your office, your workspace, your school, you're just sick of being in the same place, subconsciously. And I find that going out for a walk, maybe listening to a podcast, listening to music, and just sort of being around nature for like 5 minutes, like it doesn't have to be long, but as long as you're nurturing yourself in that kind of way, because the brain gets tired. Like it's gonna happen that way if it's just triggered to kind of do the same thing every day and be in the same space every day, it just gets really, really depressing. What I'm saying is give your mind a break for a little bit and just go for a walk. Like I used to kind of make fun of like the idea of going on a walk because it just never really appealed to me. But once I did go on this morning walk, it was super foggy outside and I just felt so happy. I don't know why, because I was literally just walking and listening to music, but something about it just brought so much peace to me. I don't even know how to explain it. I just felt pretty amazing. And the walking also goes hand in hand with, you know, getting some physical exercise throughout the day. That could be your way of like moving your body. Like it doesn't really matter, just as long as you're kind of engaging your body in some way. The last and final healthy habit I wrote down for you guys is reading for at least 5 to 10 minutes per day. Oh, I know there's probably a lot of people that are going to be opposed to the idea of reading. Trust me, I was too before I picked up a book and started reading it. Chances are you guys say that you hate reading, but that's probably because you haven't picked up a book since you left school. You never really took the time to get into it because the school books are not entertaining whatsoever, unless, you know, you're actually reading a decent book, but that's rare. It's just never been anything that you do throughout your day-to-day life. But I listened to Emma Chamberlain's podcast, which is called, I literally forgot the name. I think it's like We Need to Read Books or something like that. And I read it and that motivated me so much to pick up a book because I can't do what she said justice, but you guys just need to go listen to her podcast. It is literally so amazing. Ever since I listened to that podcast, I have been reading every single day. And I know it's kind of hard to believe, but trust me, the words that she said in that podcast, it was amazing. And I decided to pick up a book and read it. Like, there's no other way to, like, get into it. You just need to do it. But yeah, those are all the healthy habits I have for you guys. If you guys want me to make another video like this where I, you know, mention more healthy habits that you guys can get into, let me know. But I'm just gonna go ahead and conclude the video right here. I really hope you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, please make sure to leave a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe because it'll really make my day, really help me out, and I'll really appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great morning or a great night wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!